all good all the time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's both all together.
It's both all the time, always good. It just depends on, I guess how we viewing it at in the moments, I guess. But when
Yeah,
you see things as they are, and as we just flow through this time space together, we can just appreciate the ebb and flow of life. I'll drink to that.
What's that you got there?
So I am drinking burdock root, dandelion, yellow dock, peppermint, ginger, uh, a little bit of green tea, uh, uh, and then I have it hot boiled, and then I have agave in it, and then coconut milk. And I usually use hemp milk, but I put coconut milk in it because I don't know if you guys know, I was an avid coffee drinker. And I realized that coffee isn't such a great thing when it comes to relieving mucus and acidity out of your body. So I gave myself permission to stop going to Starbucks. And so I started making my own concoctions that reminded me of that creamy goodness and energy that I get from Starbucks. So I be making, little concoctions all the time. And I do what feels good in the moment.
Yes. Yes. We have a name for that.
I was about to say too, and
What?
just wanted to put that in there for those of you in the Chicago area. You can get all of those exciting concoctions that she's just talking about at Rashidat Detox Cafe.
Come on with the plug. Please put a plug in there at 2 minutes. Indeed.
It was perfect because like you're talking about stuff
You
going on.
lit, Dale. You lit today. So I'm excited because this weekend is my birthday weekend, and I'm actually going out to where I'm going to. I don't want to make it too public because I'll be having some, yeah. So I got my cabin this weekend, and I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm going hiking and shit. So that's great.
Nice.
What, Dale?
The way you said it, it's like, yeah,
Hiking and
you
shit.
do- yeah, I'm gonna be doing some hiking and shit.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So I really want to talk about, um, and it's funny because I know y'all married and all, but I really want to talk about the the dating after pandemic, dating, and seeing folks in relationships. Oh shit, Dale, don't pump me up, Dale. I,
listen, listen.
and the
I gotta.
weirdness of humans and the weirdness of it all, like it's weird. It's really really weird out here.
Gotta cue people for what we're about to do with this
Okay.
conversation.
Okay, please let's have this conversation. And I have to get off in 30 minutes exactly because I have
Okay,
to hurry up and get ready.
okay. Now I want to start the song again.
Good.
Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it.
Yes. 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 Somebody said dating after pandemic is brutal. People are weird.
Let's
Yeah.
go. It's funny because I want to get some live feedback because
I really want to get live feedback too, Dale.
I've been so curious about this to hear like what is happening in the world of dating during this pandemic because dating before this was weird. So like I feel like it might be heightened
It's
more.
fucking oh my God.
Yeah, so let's do it. Share. The floor is yours.
So first of all, it's for me, it's just very exposing right now. Every person that I sort of give my space to It's very exposing. It's very sort of relative in my life because I know that I'm attracting that specific frequency of energy. So when it doesn't sort of work out, or there's some like, wow, there's these moments of, wow, I attracted this, it's not really, so it's making me feel weird because I've attracted this specific energy. So there are times where I'm just like, oh, this is a beautiful energy that I attracted. However, because I move so much dimensionally, that I may desire that specific energy on a level of this dimensional being that I am, but then a mood or an energy can change or shift within my own dimensions, that energy don't necessarily isn't necessarily required for the necessary assignment that I'm on in that present moment. So it gets confusing, and it gets sort of like, oh, they on bullshit or I'm on bullshit, because my energy have shifted, and it's happening fast. It's happening at at a sped up pace. So what I wanted back when I'm in my 30s, now that I'm going into my 41s, that energy expired. Not necessarily expired, because it still exists, depending on the frequency that I'm flowing in. See, women, for me, as a woman that I am, I like to flow with my dimensional self. Like, I like the radiance of being a woman and be able to flow and not feel stagnant. And when I'm in that radiance, I attract so many individuals, and so many individuals are all aspects of Ra. So it's almost like I don't mind staying in this single form, because I'm able to do a lot and be a lot. You get what I'm saying? And see myself in multiple ways, so it's beautiful, but it's also, I'm caught in that narrative of having that one person, and loving that one person, and giving that energy, all of Ra, to one person. And truth is, I haven't found one individual that's able to handle all of Ra, because Ra is a collective in itself, in herself.
I'm curious
So
now.
deep.
I'm curious now. Has there been moments of you just giving the full on raw energy experience to someone? And when that happens, tell me, is how did that person receive that full on
They
raw?
fall in love. They fall in love immediately, because when you in your truth, that's, you're in your love language. You're in love with yourself, and that's in the truth. So it's almost like you're so attracted to it. It's almost, you want to embody it. It inspires you. A woman radiance inspires. Uh, uh, um, it's a radiance that you almost like when you see in a sunset. It's a refreshing feeling. So and that reminds me, like I said, of what I would see as love. So you can't really reject it unless you want to. But like, I know that energy within myself is real. So when that happens, it's amazing, because I'm attracting that. However, it's not necessarily attracting the fullness of Ra. It's attracting a specific dimension of me. It's coming from the outside. For me, I'm whole. For me, I'm a woman of death, and I have multiple things going on together as a collective. So it's very challenging to go out into this dating world and allow myself to be open. And then at this point, I cannot and not allow myself to be open, because I am an open woman. My heart is open, my mind is open, my speech is open, my divinity is open. So that in itself is going to attract all kinds of frequencies, if that makes sense.
It
Women,
does.
men, young, old.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Yeah. I like
I don't
that.
know if
I
I
like how
answered the question though. I don't know if
you
I
did. You answered it in more ways than one. because it just allows me to get even more into this with it. And of course, Kai, feel free to chime in whenever you're ready too. But
Mm.
you're talking about challenges, and you mentioned you're full on like who you are, like the space that you're in now, fully unleashing it. And what I'm curious about is like you being this and going to the dating scene. What stops you from actually being like this raw that's right here? Stops you from actually being intentionally that in every dating potential dating scenes that you are? Because reason I was asking that is, and it's a natural thing too. I hear it a lot of times with people who go on dates or go on that first date, and people say to me like, "I don't want to show myself on this first date. I don't want this person
That's
to like
hard for
see."
me to do, Dale.
And I'm like, "Why?"
That's hard for me to do. That's hard for me to that and it's funny because me and my tribe here at the cafe, we talk about boundaries, and it's hard for me to be like, oh, I'm not going to share this, I'm only going to it's
Yeah,
that's very hard for me to do. It's
yeah,
I mean, that's something, and it's funny because I was talking to someone the other day, and I'm dating here and there, and this guy, he was like, I've been following you since forever, like since you did your 100 days, and I watch you get thick, and he went on and on. Like, I'm like, wow. So with that being said, and you don't show so much on social media, you kind of got this idea of me already. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I find that challenging for me because you already got a boatload of fucking information about my whole journey and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it made me want to go on social media and shut down all my shit. Like,
wow,
wait a minute, because I don't want you to know. I want you to go into knowing me by what I'm saying, not by what you see on social media. Yeah, a lot of I mean, it's still me. However, there's a different version of me when you are in my space
hmm
here. You get what I'm saying? I don't show everything on social media,
hmm
if that makes sense. But I'm an open person, and it's hard for me to be on any date and just sort of be reserved because my throat chakra is open. I'm
yeah.
like, hey, I did this, I'm doing this, and this is my kids. I'm like,
I
and
like
they
it.
like, oh,
I like that. That's you, and
that's
that's
me.
you,
That's just who
and
I am.
yeah, and that's your natural flow state. Some
That's my
people
natural
are
flow.
people going to be able to embrace that, and then other people are like, oh, wait a second, it's too
It's a
powerful
lot
for
of
me.
energy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of energy. But I've noticed that with that energy, it's a very attractive energy because it's not it's rare. Most people are sort of closed in and not willing to share who they are. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I get that. I get both ends. I really do. Because I had that moment of, damn, you know all about me because you've been following me since 2013, but you really don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah.
very challenging. It's very challenging for somebody like me that shares so much, more than an average, but my life is my business. And a lot of people get that confused as well. My entire, how I move is how I make money. You get what I'm saying? And how I eat. How I take care of myself is how I eat. How I take care of myself is how I take care of others. So if I'm in my radiance, trust and believe the people around me that's close to me is going to feel that. So if you dating me, you're going to feel that and you're going to come up.
Mm. More ways than one. Boom.
Yeah.
I love this conversation of this challenging, and I just want to know, like, for you and your in the current dating space of where you're at right now, what do you want? What do you truly want? What does your soul want in this?
Ooh.
There
Okay.
we go.
First, the first thing is I definitely desire intimacy. I have to be
Mhm.
moved intimately on a mental level, and if you can move me on a mental level when it comes to sort of um, uh, when it comes to your intellect, if you can intellectually move me in a way that we can vibe together, then that's number one. I have to be moved intimately through intellect. That's what I'm saying. Um, Outside of that, the shallow things is, of course, health and wellness has to be important for you. But I won't even say that. I'm lying about that because I've been on the fence with that being of importance of like my top three things,
Yeah.
because it used to be when I was head in with wellness and things like that. That's my thing. So if someone comes into this relationship with me and they eat meat and potatoes and they not working out, but they can intellectually stimulate me, you may got a chance. You get what I'm saying? Because I want to be able to come to the table with shit, and I can juice you to death and make you feel healthier. You know what I mean? That I want to be able to feel like like, you know what I mean? Like I can get you on a nice path because I know my energy. You know what I mean? So I know I will be able to get you there eventually. That'll be a great challenge for myself, so to speak. So I'm not really big on you have to be vegan and you have to work out. I know my energy gonna move you anyway. You're gonna want to come to the gym with me. So period. So,
So work
but
that ass out.
correct. Correct. Like, yeah, if you don't know about it, that's good. That give me something I can do. Um so right now I definitely want um someone that's super established, that's fully grounded. I kind of enjoy a person that is sort of in this moment, and I'm not, again, my energy shifts and moves all the time. I definitely want somebody grounded um in what they want, and in their masculine energy, so they know how to make decisions. They are strong in a foundation of financially stable, someone that is willing to procreate and try to make a spiritual master guru being, you know what I mean? Like, so someone that's on that same frequency of procreating. um what else? I wouldn't even say husband material. Like, I want a husband, but if that's something later on down the line that can happen, that's cool. But yeah, procreation is important right now. That has to be something that is, but most important is you have to be in your divine masculine, because that's period. So someone really masculine right now, someone that knows how to take control, you know what I mean? And also knows how to, yeah, someone that knows how to control situations in a divine masculine, and in touch with their divine feminine as well, because
Balance.
balance, yeah, and knowing how to balance, because I have masculine and feminine within myself, and just that dance of us playing in our masculine and feminine energy um is super important to me, like knowing when to be in his divine while I'm in my divine.
And
So
then vice versa, right? Like you, when you're in your divine masculine, maybe he can mirror you off in the divine feminine for that moment, and vice
correct,
versa. When he's
correct,
divine masculine, you get a divine
correct,
feminine in different
correct.
moments.
Yeah, you gotta have. I mean, I get the big macho. I like the big macho man, and but I also like a very sensitive and a man that's tapped in tune with his emotions as well, and tapped in within his heart, because in all actuality is love. You know what I mean? If you're not coming from a space of love, then we ain't got nothing.
Mm.
So
Hoga.
I'm learning because I am in a space of desiring a strong masculine and divine masculine man. It is important for me to play my specific role in attracting that. So,
So
ladies,
there.
you know, practicing being more softer, practicing not being always in charge and feeling like I have to do everything, learning how to
Ooh.
step down and be more of a divine feminine.
Ooh,
So that's where we at, Dale.
thank you. Thank you for sharing
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So next question. If
Uh-oh.
that person showed up, are you ready?
Of course not. Of course not, because it's going to be new for me. And like that would be something that I would be okay with learning, because what's life without growth and learning and finding something new? I would go into it like a child with the innocence of the unknown. But I do have this desire to be taken care of, period.
Mm.
Period.
I have another question too.
Sure.
So let's say a man was in the process of actually integrating that type of stuff. Not like the finish, I guess like the finished space of that, but he's open to learning ways of doing that, like being more masculine or learning more about the feminine, learning how to become more financially stable. So it has that ethic and intention that wants to be able to do that. Would you be open for a person like that as well? Having a conversation with that person, or are you looking strictly for a person
If
that
honestly, I'm not in a place to necessarily um, wait for that. You
yeah.
know,
Oh yeah.
you would have to be super close. You know what I mean? You would have to
Yeah.
be really, you would have to be stepping into it. It can't be, you just picked up a book last month and
Oh
now
yeah,
you,
yeah.
learn it. It would just have to align properly, have to be organic, and have to be, not
Intentional.
very, yeah, it has to be intentional. It can't be somebody I meet on Tinder and they, just because they got a new crystal book and now they're, intellectually in their divine, like it has to, and because I'm very tapped into who I am and my energy, I can definitely read when someone is just fairly new to their integration of stepping into their divine masculine, and someone that is kind of heavy into it and moving into that sort of direction, because I'm not fully directly into my divine feminine either. I'm a
Yeah.
little rough around the edges, and that's why I said, will I be ready? Shit, hell no, but I'm willing to do it for what I want. You know what I mean? I'm willing to. I'm willing to clean up my little edges.
Yeah.
Lay them
I,
edges.
I'm okay to lay them edges down, honey.
I like that.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
I like that, and it's great that
hey,
you're able to come from a place of humility about that, saying like, listen, like I'm still getting my shit together. I'm working through it. I'm working through my stuff too, and I'm willing not
yes,
somebody who's not a beginner, but somebody who's actually experienced with doing the work that we can be able to do it together.
yeah,
Because a lot of times, and especially in the dating scene, and that's what I have observed for other people, they're expecting someone to be and it's also my own experience as well. People expect the other person to be a finished product when they're not a finished product yet.
right. Yeah,
So
I don't expect.
that thing,
I actually
yeah,
kind of, like I was telling my colleagues at the cafe, I kind of like them broken a little bit,
yeah,
because I've come to accept the brokenness within myself, the things that I have going on within myself.
yeah,
There's residue. I'm not fully into my divine feminine the way I feel like, I could be. However, and I say brokenness, but that's just a way of saying, we're still on our journey, and I'm
yeah,
willing to take this journey with you while we move through this journey together. And I think that is the marriage of it all. It's not necessarily the fluff of the wedding ring and the of all of that. It's just that you get to travel in space with someone instead of doing it alone. Like, we often forget we travel and we sitting in space together on earth. You know what I mean? So to have a travel buddy, to sort of walk on a sort of this extraterrestrial earth that we live on. Like it's dope, you know, especially if we are going in that same direction. You get what I'm saying? So that person don't necessarily have to be where I am either. Like I said, I wouldn't mind someone that works 9 to 5 and works for the man that's not trying to make a new business. You know what I'm saying? Like how about I'm over that? Like like I'm like I don't mind someone that is, you know, shit, military, got him in. I don't care at this point. Like, I just want you to be grounded and have some type of depth. And you can tell when someone has depth. Like for me, I've traveled, I've played many roles, I've accomplished many things. I have a lot of depth in me. So it's very difficult to come at me and say, you know, you're here with me. I can tell just based off of our conversation that you're not at the same frequency that I am. Not that you're lower or higher, but there's more experiences that you have to go through in order to be tapped into this frequency of Ra.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And what I'm getting from this as well is, and this another thing in a dating world. So, and you mentioned it as well, like we all have, it could be considered broken pieces. So things that happen in our experience in life. And my thing is like, okay, you went through it. What are you doing about it? Type of thing. So like for you went through your stuff, and what are you doing? You're doing the healing, self improvement, those
Giving
type
it
of
away.
work,
Giving it away.
expansion and things like that. So in that aspect, and you're more than willing because you are actually doing it for yourself. What you're looking for in a partner, you're doing it for yourself. You're not looking for something in a partner that you're not doing for yourself. So you, like a person like you deserve a man who's doing his own self-work.
Correct.
Doing that inner work, doing that healing. Okay, you went through shit in your life. All right, what are you doing to get support for it? Are you going to therapy, or are you getting coached? What are you doing to work on that healing? How are you improving on yourself?
Dale, that's important. That's definitely important. That's definitely important. But it's also important for me to know where your money at. How you survive it. Where your money at? Gee, like you can all of that therapy and all of that healing and all of that. I know what that takes. And I know what can also be done while you're doing healing. You don't have to sit on your ass just because you heal it. You don't have to, every time I turn around, you doing a healing circle, or you doing, you spend more time in meditation than making money. I don't get that. You not at my level.
Bars. I like that. Money is meditation as well. It could be. Correct.
How about you meditate on some money or a new job? Shit. Maybe that so it's definitely a fine line through that intellect as well, because I've learned that there's a lot of conscious people out there. You know what I mean?
Woo! Can you like hashtag it? That's bars.
I got that from one of my buddies, Adam.
Okay.
Yeah, I got that wasn't original. I wish it was, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it's so true out there.
It is. There's a lot of conscious people out here.
But people who are aware of themselves, and like yourself, you actually have the ability to discern. And also like someone who is raw, hashtag raw truth, like raw, and those conversations and that first date, you're asking those questions that's going to like poke that.
That's
so
important. Okay. That's important, Dale. Asking the right questions.
Intentionally dating.
The right questions. Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes if you don't know the right questions, maybe this is what I feel like girlfriends is for, women is for. Like, girl, this is our first date. What I should ask? You know what I mean? What did it? So we can eliminate a lot of bullshit. You know what I mean? Based off, because isn't it a trend right now? The red flag trend going on right now. Yeah. Everybody needs to put that shit in their notes. Do you hear me? and ask questions based off of those red flag memes that's going around.
I should watch them and call it. You think I should offer like a conscious male's like perspective, like questions for ladies to ask a male
That would be
Mhm.
dope.
about things to ask on a date, that first date, to really allow you guys to like get out the bullshit.
Make
from
it a series. Question
Make
number
it.
one.
But then vice versa as well. Like questions for a guy who's potentially dated to ask a woman
Mhm.
from a
Correct.
conscious woman perspective. What she's
Correct.
used to.
Mhm.
Yo, we should.
We need that. We need to learn those proper questions to ask, so we're not conned from these conscious people. Exposing y'all ass. I know exactly some questions to now. Let me see if I can think of one right now that we need to all ask. Let me see.
Tell me about your past relationship experiences.
That's a good one.
Because the
But
way they
we can easily
respond,
lie. We can easily lie. We can always tell our part of the story.
exactly. But I'm like, from a you can tell what level they're at with their own evolution as well.
Correct.
Meaning, like, if you can be able to see your past experience as a healing experience from what happened, and like, oh yeah, I played a part as well in that. More like, okay,
That's so refreshing.
This person accepts accountability for their part.
That's
They also
refreshing.
understand it, and they've done the healing work. They're letting go, but then they say like, my ex did this, my ex did that,
My ex did this, and she ain't
this.
shit, and she
Yeah.
did this. I'm like,
Then you know. Then you really know. Like, oh, they still got some suck bitter energy towards that. Do I want to have that in my relationship space moving forward?
right. And
It's like
you gonna talk
some
shit about me after if me and you don't work out, you gonna talk shit about me? No way. No
And then
way.
even from there, like, what are you doing? What are you doing to heal from those things? And then you can
Correct.
really see what's going on.
Yes.
Like these type of questions compared to like, what's your favorite color? Oh, my color is red too. I like my red.
Right.
What's your
Right, I
favorite
don't care
movie?
every color is pretty. What do you mean? I don't care about what's your favorite color. And if you do have one, that's a red flag in itself.
Oh god.
You got a favorite color. Wait, I went out on a date with somebody, and they actually said they hated somebody. I was like, ooh, like I hate that nigga. I was like, just that statement alone, you still around here hating him? Like, I didn't even know that. Even I'm so far gone from the word hatred. Like, what? You literally out here still hating on somebody. You still holding that and harboring a hated. Oh my God, it threw me. Long story short, I ain't talked to that person no more. But people out here still out here like that though. And it made me realize. It made me realize. So thank you, that person, for hating someone, because it let me know how beautiful I the fuck am. Thank you. Because I needed that reminder. Jesus. But good conversation. I got. Do anybody have any questions before I go? Because I'm 3 minutes over, and I want to. Yeah.
Over here.
How do you connect to yourself? Wait, Allison, are you saying how do you connect to yourself as far as me personally, or is that a dating question? Because I know we was talking about the dating questions, Allison. I wasn't for sure.
Oh, I feel like that might be the dating question.
I think that's a dating question that it popped up.
Yeah. Like, how do you connect to yourself? See, look.
Dating, yeah.
Okay.
That is a good question. Do anybody personally have any questions for me? Or Kai or Dale? Yeah, somebody said the energy it takes to hate anyone or anything is crazy to me. Like, it really, I'm so far away from, if you hating somebody, oh my God, let's pray for them. Let's give them a moment of silence.
Yeah, it's that, and then also like the compassion as well, potentially, because maybe the pain that they went through with that one person has them hating them. so don't really know like the experience that they had. And like in those conversations, when somebody actually can say like, "Oh, I hate this person," or whatever, can get curious and like, okay, why do you hate this person? To like actually hear their reason behind it, and
Yeah.
also like allowing them to be heard and bring awareness to it, because
Yeah.
even in that moment, it could potentially be shift. Like, okay, you got a choice because this hate is going to be a driving force in your life, and here's the results of it, your life right
Yeah.
now of having that hate.
Yeah.
If you want to have
Sometimes
it, yeah,
you
go ahead.
yeah. Dale, sometimes I'm in the mood to teach. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm in the mood to go deeper into the reason why they saying something. I get into that guru mode. I'll be like, okay, let me understand why you hate this person. And then sometimes it's just like I can't. I'm over it. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's at this point, it's nothing I can do. Nothing that I feel like doing, and because it's something I can do. It's nothing I even feel like doing in this moment. Someone asked the question, how do you define love?
Mm.
Ooh.
I define love as unconditional. I define love as the all knowing, the oneness of it all, the big boom. I define love as an orgasmic umphness. I mean, because as my friend says, we are birthed through an orgasm. We were made through an orgasm. So I just feel as though love is defined by that beautiful umphness of that climax.
Damn. And the only thing I can say is love is infinite. To add to that, is always expanding. There's always an opportunity to go deeper into love. There's no like one stop shop. And I love the fact of the unconditional, because then it's boundless. And conditional love is bounded, meaning like this is the only way to receive love. This is the only way that I'm going to love this person. And you're going to miss the other infinite opportunities to receive or even to acknowledge
Indeed.
the love that's in the space.
Indeed. I agree.
And
I agree.
it's formless yet it's form as well simultaneously.
Say it again, Dale.
I say it's formless yet formed simultaneously as well.
Indeed.
Like all three of us here, this is love in this space, having this conversation. The people who are listening to us, wherever they listen to it, it's love as well, being exchanged through all of us too. And it's everywhere. Just be able to receive it and also
It's
be able to give
everywhere.
it. We're
Yeah.
giving it and we're receiving it by just having this a natural conversation about stuff right here.
Correct. It's life.
Yeah.
Love is life itself. It's beautiful. With that being said, I love you guys.
Love you too.
Remember to always hone in on your daily magic.
Make sure you guys get your juices in right now too.
That's right.
I am located right here in Dalton, Illinois, Rashidat's Detox Cafe. Just when you thought there was no help out here to guide you towards your own personal liberation, you have created a Ra in your life if you are tuned in and tapped into me. So if you want to come into this healing space of Rashidat's Detox Cafe, I am located 14900 Greenwood Road in Dalton, Illinois. If you need to get tapped into me and you are seriously on your journey and want some of my mentorship, reach out to me on a serious tip and make sure you cash out me on that note as well. Other than that, I love you guys, and make sure y'all go and tap into our daily magic with Kai and Dell. They are moving our collective on a positive and high vibrational note by talking to individuals like myself in our community to raise the frequency of our collective. So thank you guys for doing the work, and I
Happy early
appreciate you having.
birthday.
Yeah, happy early
Happy
birthday.
motherfucking early birthday to Ra. I mean, she is growing up. You know what I mean? She's growing up, y'all. She's growing up. And I appreciate y'all on this. I think I've celebrated maybe 4 birthdays with you, Kai, maybe 5. I can't remember. Yeah, 4 or 5 birthdays with you. So plus many more to come, baby. Many
right.
more to come. So I love you guys, and thank you for tuning in to our daily magic on this beautiful platform that we all created collectively. I love you, and make sure you stay magical.
That's right.
Oh.